Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Sean Stetson. We're here outside of UCC. It's been a long time. One of my favorite wrestlers for years, Dominic fucking Gareni. How you doing, man?
Good. This is the first time I've had to catch like a red eye out of here, so we were able to do it without me having to throw my gear in my bag and catch a plane.
I always try to find Dominic Gareni, but never find him. But I was in the locker room during the main event. I was like, let's do an interview. Mance and single player fighting, but you can check it out on Short TV replay. But you just had a crazy match, went to a no contest.
Yep.
You got your apologizing referees.
We're not gonna lose these belts. You know, we had a long reign. We lost them in Hammerstein, and you know whatever it takes to get them back.
Hard match tonight with Garbage Daddies. And tell us about wrestling in such a legendary venue, Hammerstein.
I was talking to somebody else about this earlier today. As a kid who grew up on 2000s Ring of Honor, that was one of their big venues. That was where their hallmark shows were at. So to get a chance to wrestle in Hammerstein, to get a chance to where I bought ECW One Night Stand when I was 15 years old to get to wrestle there, it really is unmatched. I'm close friends with Matthew Justice, and when we were filming one of the commercials, I looked at him and I said, "Can you believe we get to do this?" And he was really cool with it, and I thought we had one of the best matches on the show, and from there, that's history, right?
How was those courtroom vignettes they had promoting the show?
It was interesting. There was a couple extra days where we would get brought out and got treated like some film stars, but it was fun.
And how was that long reign? And who are some of your favorite opponents? If people can check the back catalog at Trailer TV.
Yeah, it was well over a year. We now hold the record for most title defenses. Some ones that obviously stand out. Obviously, a really long rivalry with Macizos was great. I love those guys. We had, as many with Garbage Daddies. Probably favorite defense would have been against the Astronauts at Jersey J Cup last year.
They're great.
That's one of our favorite matches for sure. So, just a lot of great defenses over that course of that year, and on the trail to get them back now.
And outside, you guys wrestle at Deadlock Pro. Mm-hmm. You wrestle one of the best tag teams in the world, FTR. Tell us about getting in there. That was a dream match for almost every tag team. That's the goal.
Yeah. We had originally started calling it FTR back, I'm going to say in like 2022. And it just so happened that there was an injury and the stars aligned. We went to a really good 20-minute draw with them, and I still keep in contact with Dax to this day, and we're hoping to do it again sometime soon.
And tell us about Deadlock Pro, people that don't know about it, and tell us about the crowd there.
Yeah.
They do Jersey, North Carolina, and Texas.
Deadlock's all around.
And also Chicago.
Yeah, it's obviously a newer company run by three fine gentlemen, Mr. James Darnell, John Blood, and Pizza Guy Tony, as we call him. Very popular podcast, and they have a lot of the similar wrestling interests that Kevin and I have, and we just all of their visions kind of align with ours, and honestly, it's one of my favorite places to work, if not my favorite place to work, so I love them.
And they've been going to Japan, too.
Yeah, we're actually going to Japan with them
nice.
On the 24th and 25th of April, so.
What are some of your dream things to do in Japan?
We went over there with them in Japan 2 years ago, but if you know Kevin and I, we're big theme park guys, so we're going to hit Tokyo Disney.
Nice.
We're definitely going to also try to do Universal Japan this time.
Okay.
And then I just want to get out for a week and explore the culture over there. It's one of my favorite cultures, and I only had a few days over there last time, so I'm excited to get a little bit more time over there this time.
You mentioned theme parks. You're from Ohio. What are theme parks like in the Midwest?
Well, we have the roller coaster capital of the world about an hour away from me in Cedar Point, so we've got some options. You can go about 2.5 hours down south. You got Kings Island, which is also owned by Cedar Fair, so we have good seasonal theme park options, but they're seasonal. So
certain seasons you can't get in the park.
The winter, no. Yeah,
the winter, no. They're like...
they don't like to operate the roller coasters in the snow, sadly.
No snow coasters.
No.
But where I discovered you, AIW, and you're on the same card of a guy you wrestled, Sabre Jr. in your first year. Tell us about that.
Yeah.
That started you off, I think, on the path. That and Evolve.
Yeah. It was that, and now canceled superstar BJ Whitmer and me had a good feud as well. But John Thorne, who runs AIW, he made a decision back in 2015, 2016 when I was training coming up through. He saw the future of wrestling where he saw more indie guys getting signed, so he knew he had to build from within, and he decided to go with our school, and I was one of the prize students at the time, and from there, he put me up against CSJ, in my first 6 months of wrestling to see if I could sink or swim. I was swimming, and I'm still swimming almost 10 years later, and that's the idea. That's the whole model. It's build from within, sink or swim, and go from there.
And you succeeded Gargano as a teacher. And what's different between your teaching and Gargano's teaching? What did you learn from Gargano?
I learned a lot from Johnny and Candace when they trained me. A lot of it is like, a lot of it's their blueprint within just stuff that I've picked up over the last 10 years on the indies, stuff that I've been able to go around and do, people that I've been able to work in, lessons that I've learned from guys like Tracy Williams, Timothy Thatcher, some one-on-ones I got to do with William Regal back when I was in Evolve, so a lot of stuff like that.
Maybe like catch point style.
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And before we let you go, we were talking about AIW guys to look out for. Tell us about AIW guys to look out for. And where can we find AIW? So you can not on Twitter anymore. Now you're on the YouTube. We're on
YouTube. So if you search Absolute Intense Wrestling on YouTube, you can go and subscribe on our channel. Don't do it on iPhone because for some reason they want to do some of the App Store stuff. So you have to do it on like a PC or like a Google phone of some sorts. But it's $10 a month. You get all of our live shows in our back catalog, which we're trying to go through almost our 20 years of back catalog. We have our 20th anniversary show in May.
Oh, dear.
So we're excited about that. Some of the students coming up through the school right now, we just had a brand new student debut in Youngstown about 2 weeks ago. His name's Jeff Steele. He's been training a little bit over a year. He's on the path to being very good as long as he keeps his head to the grindstone. We've got some other great guys. Tyler Williams is in a tag team right now with Trey Lamar. You know, they're kind of picking up a lot of steam. They have a great manager who is also a wrestler for us. His name's Nipsey Nash. On top of those guys, obviously, new Absolute Champion Eric Taylor is one of the hottest prospects I think that you can find in professional wrestling. Then as well, you always have Chuck Stone, who he turned his back on and beat for the title. So we have no shortage of people. There's this little cowboy guy named Shelby Wilder. There's a little bit of something for everybody on these AIW shows, and you know, we just keep on pumping out more students, and that's our game plan. So we've got that, bunch of shows coming up, but you know, just trying to survive.
You still got my boy Maserati West.
Maserati West. We do have Maserati West. He's the Intense champion right now.
Nice.
I almost forgot to mention.
I got to shout him out. That's my homie.
Love it. Maserati West is the man.
Wes Barkley. And put over your merch and Twitter. And where can we see Monsters Forever?
Yeah, we got a lot coming up. So just follow me on Twitter at DGrenyBC. I'm always posting my match graphics, retweeting them, all that stuff. If you want Monsters Forever merch, VIFmerch.com. We have that. dgareni.bigcartel.com is my personal merch store. And then just see us at shows. A lot of the stuff we try to run once, give it to everybody at shows, and then we do like a backlog every few months where it's like, okay, this design sold out, we're going to put it on the web store. Those are direct to garment, but anything we have at shows is screen printed directly in Cleveland, Ohio from a good friend of mine, and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, but thanks for being on.
Awesome.
Where can people follow you on Twitter?
At DGrenyBC. It's the same on Twitter and Instagram, so those are your best two spots for me.
Dominic Gareni. Check out Monsters Forever, DCW, RealComMeds420.com. Peace.